In the northern point of continent of Europe lies a remote small land, a vast wilderness covered with forests, lakes, ice and snow. It is both harsh and beautiful. This is Finland, land of 1,000 lakes on the top of the world, where the skies are full of surprises. It is a habitat of one of the nature's most bizarre creatures, the northern light spotter. Very similar to its nearest relative species, humans, but still significantly different. It is a nocturnal animal. When humans go to sleep, the northern light spotter goes to hunt for its prey. It will monitor the sky and the space, and when the time is just right, it will strike. It can relentlessly hunt for hours, and many times go back to its lair empty-handed. Confronting the bad weathers, and against all odds, sometimes the fortune is on its side. There can be northern light spotters also anywhere in the world, walking among us, traveling great distances, searching for the perfect spot, the darkest places, and the perfect lights that dance in the sky. Come and learn about this wonderful creature in Hunting the Northern Lights on a Budget. Coming soon. It is soon spring, full moon shining, birds swoon of singing, and the northern lights croon while dancing. The spring is coming, but it has been pretty cold still. The days are becoming longer and the evenings shorter. And soon the lights cannot be seen anymore, until the next fall. Hello there, and so nice to see you. Tonight we might have a special treat for you because there is a possibility that there will be a weather rocket launch happening in North Sweden at Kiiruna, and I will try to see it from Espoo. Let's see, is it possible or not? 23rd of March. In the past days, the sounding rocket Bror has been trying to take off from Kiiruna and head to 240 kilometers high as part of the research of northern lights and space weather, and how they affect Earth. High wind has always cancelled the launch, but tonight it is possible that the launch will actually happen. The weather is again pretty cloudy, but as the sky was clear near to my home, I headed to Bodom Lake in a hope that I could see the rocket or the northern lights. There was also some mist rising, but the north sky was clear as I arrived. Hello there, and welcome to spot some northern lights with me. This is a pretty special evening because the KP is 7 and there is also some weather rocket that is being launched in Kiiruna, Sweden. And it is possible to see the rocket even in Helsinki or Espoo, but it is not that possible because it is so much norther from here. But I will see how it goes. I will set up my gear and let's see if I can see the rocket or the northern lights or maybe both. The rocket will create colorful aurora clouds in the sky, and the northern light scientist will monitor and research these clouds. In this research, the scientists in Kiiruna will gather information that could be used to make better forecasts of the sun's activity and how the solar wind will affect the satellites and critical infrastructures of Earth. Kiiruna is over 1,000 kilometers norther from here. It is like in northern Sweden, and they are launching the rocket and they are like investigating space weather or the atmosphere or something like that. I don't know exactly, but if the rocket will show, it will like burst some colorful clouds in the sky, so it might be very nice to see if it is visible this south. But we have to wait and see. The weather is a bit bad tonight. I checked all the places I have been going and everywhere was cloudy, and also it was partly cloudy in Bodom Lake. And this is so near, so I can just come here to check if there is clouds or not, because I don't mind to drive like 15 minutes, but if I would drive like an hour, then I would be pretty angry if I came to a spot and then there is all cloudy and I was driving like an hour and then I have to drive back also. But this is nice place because it is so near, so I can come here just for a moment also, and I don't have to like travel a long distances in here. So let's hope that I can see something. It is now partly cloudy, but I can see the moon and I can see the stars pretty well. There are some clouds in the sky, but not that much that they will like block everything. So I will hope I will see something tonight, even though I wouldn't see like a perfect northern light storm, but it would be nice to see a northern light bow and maybe the rocket, because that would be pretty cool, because I haven't ever seen anything like that, and I of course haven't got any pictures of that also. But let's see, does the rocket show in this far south or not, and let's hope for the best. As you can see now, the snow has almost gone away and it has been raining so much. So the snow has been like disappearing, and soon the snow will go away altogether and the spring is coming. But there are still chances to see the northern lights, like probably like a month or something. And I hope I get to see some northern lights later in the spring also. And there are still ice on the lake, and soon I think the ice will be pretty, because when it melts enough, then it will reflect the northern light. So that is pretty cool in spring and maybe sometimes in fall too. So that is one thing I will wait, and I hope that I could get some nice reflection shots. And the best thing about the melted ice or the water above the ice is that there isn't any waves, so it will reflect nicely with the northern lights, because there are no waves to like spoiling the reflection. So that is one thing you should try in spring and sometimes in fall. so it is nice to have some reflection shots in the lakes. And I will always have to give a warning, you should never ever never go walking on the ice in spring because it might not hold, so it is very dangerous, don't ever do that, promise me, okay? Okay. There is a dim northern light bow in the sky, so I am glad already, and the rocket launch is just about to happen. And let's have our thumbs up that I could see the rocket and you would see it too. But I don't know how it goes, but we have to try. Let's hope for the best. Okay, now there is a rocket and the northern lights in the sky, so a double win for tonight. And there are some clouds gathering in the sky, but they are not yet in the north skies. And I did see some white dots in the sky, and they are lasting there pretty long time, so I will try to take some photos of it. But it is so great that I could see the rocket. It is like once in a lifetime moment again, so this is just perfect, yes. The rocket actually was pretty beautiful, and it stayed in the sky for a very long time, or the track of it, and I got some pictures of the rocket and the northern lights, so I'm pretty pleased for this evening. And now the clouds are unfortunately gathering in the sky, so maybe there would be even more northern lights in the sky tonight, but now I cannot see the stars or anything. So that is a bit disappointment, but after all this was a great night because I got to see the rocket and I got to see the northern lights even though they weren't the biggest ones, and I got them in the same picture, so I think that is pretty special and pretty rare happening if you think about it in Espoo, and thousands of kilometers away from the rocket and thousands of kilometers of the Lapland and everything. And the clock is only 10:30, so I get to sleep early and I got to see the northern lights and I got to see the rocket, so actually this was a pretty perfect night. So thanks a lot for watching again, and let's hope that we can see some northern lights soon again. Bye bye for now. Afterwards, it has been said that the launch was success, and the gathered data will of course be carefully studied in time. After the clouds and mist came, I drive home. But then it really was a great northern light storm behind the clouds. Biggest storm in 5 years, and the KP was 8, the second biggest in the KP scale, as the biggest number is 9. There was cloudy in many parts of Finland, but also in some places there was a clear sky and the northern lights were visible everywhere where the clouds did not block the way. I was a bit disappointed that the sky would have been clear in only 30 minutes drive away, but I couldn't know that then. But still, it was great to see the rocket and the northern lights in the same time.
How cool was that to see the northern lights and the weather rocket at the same time? Unbelievable. Now the spring is truly coming fast and there are just a few nights still that I could see the lights before it is too bright. And it is kind of sad that soon the northern lights cannot be seen anymore for a long time, but not quite yet. Hello there, and welcome to spot some northern lights with me.
March 30th. It was predicted KP4, but the BC hasn't dived that much in that evening. But then the BC dived in around -5 and it was almost clear skies. I first thought of driving somewhere a bit further, like to Vihtijärvi, but then next minute I was wondering should I go at all with these small values. Then I decided to go, but not too far, and I had one very nice place in mind that needed a second look.
Hello there, and welcome to spot some northern lights with me. I'm at the Hormajärven uimaranta. I was here a couple of weeks ago also, and there was great northern lights in here. And because there was so much happening in the sky, so I didn't get to look this place in peace. So I thought I would come here again and see this place a bit more better than just fast putting my cameras up and shoot in every direction. So let's hope that there is something in the skies, but if not, I can look this place a bit more carefully and let's see what kind of evening this will be. You never know. So it actually was a good idea to come here again, because in the first time I visited here I didn't even notice that there are two beaches in here. I was in the boat beach and now I'm in the swimming beach. And there is a nice pier here also. So there is much more angles to shoot the northern lights than I thought at first. So this is even better place than it was before. So this place has become a really good spot in my opinion to spot the northern lights. Now just let's hope that there is some northern lights to spot. The BC it dropped only in -5, so there is not that much chance to see the northern lights this south. These are some places where you can change your swimming suits on and head to the beach. So I think it is time to go to swimming. These are the steps to the lake. Let's go. So warm water. My gloves are now broken, but luckily the winter is soon over, so I have to manage with these. Hunting the northern lights on a budget. Yes, now there are some northern lights in the sky. It is so beautiful and I am trying to take some pictures again. I have to take that camera also and take some pictures. It isn't the strongest show, but it is still pretty beautiful, and let's see what kind of a show it is, but perfect.
The northern lights rise to the sky after all. The KP was 4 as predicted, and the lights were visible all around Finland where there was clear sky. With these values, the northern lights were bigger than expected and the beams were very high. The EFM 22mm f2 lens was just perfect focal length in the situation. The lights just fitted in the frame.
So, what a nice night it was. First the northern lights were very dim, but then they just got so big and there was so high beams that I haven't seen many times that high beams in the sky. So it was perfect night and I'm so glad, and thanks a lot for watching and bye bye for now.
So, very nice second visit as well, and this place has risen to be one of my favorite spots to hunt the lights near Espoo. April 18th. After a daytime CME strike, the BC was dropping a couple of times to only in -5. Not the best chances, but I had to go and check. So I made a quick trip to Lake Bodom. I had a plan to try to take some reflection shots if the ice is melted enough.
Hello there and welcome to spot some northern lights with me. I'm at the Bodom lake and let's see if there is northern lights in the sky tonight or not. I kind of hoped that I would have seen the ice still and the melted ice would have reflected nicely the northern lights, but I just missed the ice. The ice is now gone. There is only some pieces of the ice in the shores but not in the lake. So I think I won't get any nice reflection shots because there is also wind and some big waves. Okay, now there is some northern lights in the sky. Perfect.
Maybe because of the effect from the daytime CME strike, the lights rise to the sky after all. And because there was almost a 0% of the moon showing at that night, there were beautiful views in Espoo.
Okay, what a great night it was actually. The northern lights were pretty big, even though the BC hasn't been dropping that much. So I am very glad that I could still see some northern lights this spring, and now I should head home and get some sleep. But thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.
Because I like lists, here are my top 5 places to hunt the lights near Helsinki. 5. Tammela, Torronsula National Park. Amazingly unique sceneries with beautiful small swamp trees. Also 2 bird towers where are great views. Pretty far from Espoo. 4. Tammela, Vihtijärvi National Park. The darkest place where I have been shooting the northern lights. Amazingly long views to the north sky. Pretty far from Espoo. 3. Espoo, Bodom Lake. The nearest place to go if I don't have the time to travel further. Many great different angles to take pictures. Pretty much light pollution and sometimes crowded with other spotters. 2. Vihtijärvi, Hidden Vesi Lake. Close to Espoo, easy to reach, very wide views over the lake, darker than Espoo. 1. Lohja, Hormajärven uimaranta. Close to Espoo, easy to reach, great a bit more untouched views to the north sky than in many places near Espoo. Pretty dark and many different angles. So there you have it, my favorite places. What are yours? April 21. It was predicted KP4 and the BC was diving in around -5 for hours. I waited the darkness to come and headed to Vihtijärvi in a hope to see some light still in this spring.
Hello there and welcome to Vihtijärvi and to spot some northern lights with me. I came here as soon as it got dark and now I will set up my gear and see how it looks. Okay, I got my cameras up and there is a northern light bow in the sky and I am so excited. I will hope that it will spark some more, but even now I am very happy, so perfect. Now I will take some pictures and I hope that the bow will start to live and there would be amazing northern lights tonight. Let's hope for the best. The BC has been diving around -5 for hours now and I think that is why there is a bow in the sky as soon as it got dark. Now just let's hope that the bow is rising higher and maybe starts to live in sometimes, and it is hard to predict when the northern lights are getting a bit more active, because if the BC is like very long to the minus, so it is hard to predict. If it drops like now and then you can predict like it will be in an hour or maybe 1.5 hours, but when the BC is like all the time in the minus, so you cannot know when the northern light show is going to start. At least I cannot predict it, so I just have to wait and take pictures of the bow and hope that it will start to live. This is pretty weird spot because the road is like so near that there are all the time cars going on and off there, and it isn't like that peaceful place, but it doesn't matter if you're taking pictures, but if you like to enjoy the nature, it isn't the perfect spot for that. There are just a couple of lights in the north sky, so this is pretty nice spot to hunt the northern lights. The stars are showing really nice in here, so like compared to Espoo, for example, this is a very nice spot to see the stars and everything. It is pretty beautiful place, I think. This place is like filled with these branches. I don't know. Do you see it? No. There. This place is like filled with the branches, and I think it is very nice to have these branches in the pictures. So it is very easy spot to come and there are great views to the north sky, so it is perfect spot to hunt the northern lights. The ice is now almost gone and I don't think I will get some reflection shots anymore in this place either. But there is some ice, like in Oita the ice was totally gone. Here is some ice in the near the beach, but not so much that I could like get some reflection shots, I think.
I had a strange feeling that someone or something was watching me from the dark. And there I was again at the mercy of wildlife.
There is some scary wildlife again. It is big poisonous spider. No, not really poisonous, but it is a spider anyway. I wonder, is there someone living in there? It might be the nest of some eagle or some flying dinosaur maybe. It is funny because the birds are like having some crazy party there because it's spring and they are like singing all the time and flying all around me, and it is actually sometimes pretty beautiful but sometimes it's a pretty messy singing, but it is fun that the birds are having fun and the summer is coming, so I like it.
The bow was getting stronger by the minute.
Hello. Okay, I think there is pretty much northern lights now in the sky. The northern lights are getting bigger and bigger, and I am trying to take some pictures with the fish islands today also because there is so beautiful branches in here, so I think they will look nice in the pictures. And there aren't so a lot of field here, so I am trying to get some pictures of myself by standing like very near to the camera. I don't know does it work or not, but I will go like this close to the camera. I don't know, do you see me anymore? But I will go super close to the camera and let's see does it work or not, but you have to try, and I cannot walk to the ice because there aren't so many ice anymore, so I would like sink if I would step into the lake. But I will try to learn to take some pictures more and more, and it is funny to like experiment everything, and I just got the idea to take the pictures like very close to the camera. So let's see, will it work or not?
Some of my near shots worked great, but in some of them my feet were cut from the frame since it was hard to check the compositions in the dark. The ground and my feet were both totally black. The northern lights started to live. The lights were visible in many parts of Finland. The KP was only 3, not 4 as predicted, but the show was very nice at those values.
What an amazing show it was. There was like so high beams and there was really much color in the northern lights, so it was very beautiful. So I am very happy that I got to see some amazing northern lights still in this spring. So thanks a lot for watching and bye for now.
So even though I did not get my reflection shot, I was pretty pleased of this evening. The branches of the trees were beautiful and brought nice mood to the pictures. The sun has been very active in this spring, and let's hope that it will stay that way as there is still a couple dark nights left in this season.
Now it is time to look back at this season. Here are some highlights.
I got to spot the first lights very early at the end of the summer. And the start of the fall was awesome time as there were northern lights at the sky almost every week. On the top of my mind are the visit in Torronsuo and big lights at Porvoo and Vihtijärvi. Then it was a survival struggle with the clouds in the winter. But even though it was hard, I still managed to see the few lights that were possible to see. And I am very glad of that. Then the spring came, and it has been amazing time in spotting the northern lights. Best lights of this season I saw in Lohja and Nurmijärvi. What a ride it was! April 23rd. On a 21st of April, there was a burst in the sun that caused CME. Then, on a Sunday 23rd of April, around 8 p.m., the CME struck hard. I jumped to my car and headed to Porvoo. I had checked that in there should be clearer sky around midnight than in other spots I have been going. Also, there should be only little light pollution there.
Hello there and welcome to spot some northern lights. I'm at Venjärvi in Porvoo and let's see what kind of place this is. This is a new spot for me and I came here because I checked the maps and the dark side finder and it looked like a very promising place to see the northern lights. And this is very beautiful place, but there isn't that long view to the north sky that I was hoping. But still, this is so beautiful place and with so many different angles to take photos, I think I will stay here. Even though if I would go in some field, I would probably see more northern lights. But I think this is so nice scenery, so I will take my chances here. And I hope that the northern lights rise high enough to me to see. I just came now and I will check the places and put my cameras up and see how it goes again. There was a CME that left from the sun a couple of days ago and it struck the earth like a couple of hours ago and the BC dropped like in -25 and the density got up and the speed got up. So there should be really nice possibilities to see the northern lights tonight when the darkness just comes, and I hope that the values stay in that high in the evening and night also, so maybe I could see some northern lights tonight. The weather forecast said that in Porvoo area should be almost clear skies tonight. There are many places in Finland that are under the clouds, but in this place there should be clear skies. So I hope for the best and let's hope that the clouds won't come to spoil this evening. And this might be the last chance to see the northern lights this spring. So let's have our fingers crossed and our thumbs up and our toes up and our legs crossed that we could see something tonight. I mean, just look at this place, how beautiful it can be. There is the north and I checked at the maps that there is the longest view to the north. So that is good thing, even though it isn't the longest view in general. I hope that it will be still enough tonight. These places here are the places where you can change your swimming suit and go to the beach. But tonight we are not going swimming because we are doing something else. We are going to hunt some northern lights for the last time. Yeah! Let's do it! Scary door. No smoking, it is bad for your health. This is very good to have because if I would step into the lake, I could come back and get this and save myself from the water, right? Somebody has made a fire in here. I have heard some rumors that there is a wild tribe living in Porvoo, in the forests of Porvoo. I hope they are not cannibals. Oh, some bird really scared me. I was in the shore and taking pictures, and then out of the blue, somebody left from the bush or something. I was sure that the sea monster would really now get me, but I think it was a swan. Maybe it was very big and it made like this whooping sound. I think I will put my time-lapse camera to the northest point of this place and point it straightly to the north sky, and there are the widest views of this place, so I could get like the most of the sky in the picture. Then I will move around with my other cameras and take like another angles and stuff like that. And the darkness is coming soon, so I will better get to work then. I put more clothes because in the nighttime it is still slightly cold, even though the spring is here, but I like to be warm. My gloves are still broken, but these are probably the last nights in this series and in this season, so maybe I will survive. And I was just checking the meters, and it looks so perfect that it is almost too perfect. I think maybe the clouds will spoil it, or there's mist or something, because the BC is like in -20 right now, and the speed is like 600, and the density is over 30. So I haven't seen that nice values like maybe ever, or only in the biggest northern light storm I have witnessed. So it should be a really nice possibilities tonight, but let's hope that the clouds won't spoil the view, and let's hope that I can see far enough to the sky in this place, because I really like this place, but the sights aren't that long in here. But let's hope that the northern lights will rise high and I could see some nice northern lights tonight. There are also these nice benches here, so maybe I will try again to take some pictures also with the bench. And the north is just over there. So this is very nice place, and I am already thinking all the angles that I could take pictures. So it is very nice, and I am very excited about the evening. Listen to the birds sing. A bit more beautiful singing than the other night when the seagulls had like crazy party in the Vihtijärvi. I think these are swans, I think. They are pretty beautiful singing voice. I tilted the camera like this because I wanted to show you the moon. It is there, and there is only like a little bit of the moon showing, so it would be perfect for the northern lights, because if the moonlight is so strong, then the northern lights won't be seen that well. And there is now just a bit of clouds in the north sky. I'm a bit worried about that. The north is over there. So if the clouds are in there, they might spoil the show, because they are just in the north sky. And I don't know, will they go away or not. The weather forecast said it should be all clear skies. It is all clear in the strait above, but not in the horizon. So let's hope that the clouds will go away and don't spoil this night. I got my cameras up. I put my fisheye lens near the pier here. I wanted to put it on the pier, but the pier was a little bit shaky. So I think if I will take pictures with many cameras, I probably will shake the pictures when taking them. So I put it in right before the pier and try to get some pictures with the wide angle there. But let's see how it works. The darkness is just about to come. It is still, the sky is too bright, but I think in an hour or maybe 1.5 hours, then there should be like dark enough to see. And let's see, are there northern lights in the sky or not?
Then about 10:30, just suddenly the lights appeared to the sky. It was still very bright and I was not expecting anything to happen so early. Also, the strongest lights were in the west, not north. Every angle and camera settings I was thinking to be shooting were wrong. I was very excited and I was trying to cope in the situation and tried to take some pictures fast.
Oh my goodness, it was so crazy northern light show. I was going to put my time-lapse camera taking pictures. Then I thought maybe I should wait like a half an hour because it was so early and it was so bright. Then I walked back and didn't go to put my time-lapse camera taking pictures, and then I looked at the sky and the northern lights were all over the moon and they were everywhere and it was so bright and I was like in a shock. I didn't know what to do. I haven't been taking pictures in so bright daylight with the northern lights, so I didn't know how should I put my camera settings. So I just tried everything and hoped that I got some pictures of it. And then it just rised and rised higher and higher, and there was like many times the northern light corona before like 11, and it was crazy. And I was trying to shoot with my cameras and then I forgot to put my time-lapse camera taking pictures, but anyways the time-lapse camera would have point like in a wrong direction anyway. But then of course I put it then later taking pictures, and hopefully there is something there also. And it was crazy because the northern lights were like not in the north, they were everywhere else. So I wasn't expecting that also, because I haven't been in Lapland or anywhere like in north where they can be like all the directions. But now I know how it feels to be in there, I think. The northern lights were like straight to the west, and they were like in the east and everywhere, and some of them were also in the north sky. But I was pretty confused of the lights, but it was perfect. It was so beautiful show, but it was very hard to take pictures of the northern lights. Now the BC jumped to the plus side, but the density and speed are still good. I will hope that the BC will do another drop. Sometimes in CMEs it happens that the BC goes to plus and very much to plus, and then it drops again, and then there would be like more northern lights to come. So I will wait a bit and see how the values go. But hopefully there is another show coming, but let's see. But already this has been epic night. It was KP8, I think. I have to check the meters later because I haven't been able to check them because I have been taking pictures everywhere. But it has been just a perfect night and I'm so happy again. Yes. I am having a picnic now because there is quieter moment in the sky, and luckily I have something to eat with me because this might be a long night, I don't know yet. And the BC dropped like one time again, but it didn't last in the minus very long. So I will wait a bit and see if the BC would drop like even more to the minus. Then there might be another show, but right now it doesn't look so good anymore. But I will eat and I will wait and think about what will I do next. But already I am so happy, as you might have guessed. Yes, now the northern lights are getting back to the sky and I have to take more pictures, and I have only one battery left, so maybe I will have to stop filming videos and maybe my voiceover will tell what happens next, but perfect.
My voiceover will tell you that the northern lights were even more visible when the darkness came. The KP was 8 and it was G4 geometric storm, biggest one in 6 years. Lights were seen 1,200 kilometers southern from Helsinki. Lights were seen, for example, in France and in big cities filled with light pollution, like Berlin. There was many times the northern light corona straight above, and even totally red corona, which I have never witnessed before. I also got the reflection shot I was hunting in this spring. It was totally unbelievable night.
So, what an amazing night it was. There were northern lights like everywhere, and it was so great to see the northern light corona again, and it was so beautiful. Now it is getting very late and my batteries are almost empty, so I have to call it a day, but thanks a lot for watching and bye bye for now. Bye bye.
So, what a beautiful night it was. I was so glad that I had went the extra mile to get in a dark place where should be clear skies. I was also happy that the lights did rise high enough to me to see. Actually, higher than I would have ever predicted. It was the biggest storm I have ever witnessed, and I have never seen so many times the northern light corona. What a great ending for this season.
So, now it is time to say goodbye. What a fun and versatile season it was. From a great start to a cloudy winter and amazing spring. It is impossible to predict the course of nature, but it is just what makes the Northern Lights so magical. Remember that the season 23-24 and 24-25 should be great Northern Light season. If the Northern Lights are in your to-do list, I will truly hope you will see the Northern Lights soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.